The recent Czech parliamentary elections have produced a coalition agreement among the winning parties, signaling a new policy direction for the country. Reports indicate that the coalition partners, led by former Prime Minister Andrej Babiš's party UNveil, have agreed on several key measures, including maintaining budget discipline and capping the retirement age. These decisions are likely to shape both the fiscal landscape and social policy of the Czech Republic in the coming years. Key policy decisions. One of the most significant elements of the agreement is the commitment to keep the budget deficit below 3% of GDP. This aligns with European Union regulations and represents a pledge to maintain fiscal stability despite ambitious spending plans. At the same time, the coalition has agreed to cap the retirement age at 65, effectively reversing a previous reform that had intended to gradually raise the retirement age. This move is expected to have both social and fiscal implications, balancing voter expectations with long-term budgetary sustainability. The coalition agenda also includes measures aimed at improving affordability in key areas such as energy, healthcare, and housing. Plans to implement zero value-added tax on prescription drugs have been outlined, providing immediate financial relief to households. The government has signaled opposition to the EU's new emissions trading scheme for households, emphasizing its focus on domestic priorities and cost containment. These measures collectively reflect a populist approach, appealing to voters' concerns over cost of living pressures. Coalition composition and timing. The coalition is expected to include UNveil, the Motorists' Party, and the far-right SPD. The agreement is reportedly due to be formalized in the coming days, with a new government potentially operational by mid-December. While the coalition emphasizes Czech sovereignty and domestic priorities, it has also committed to remaining a member of the European Union and NATO, indicating an effort to balance nationalist and international obligations. Fiscal and pension implications. The decision to maintain the deficit under 3% of GDP is ambitious given the scope of proposed measures. Analysts warn that implementing tax reductions, expanding benefits, and reversing the pension reform could strain public finances. The retirement age cap, while popular among older citizens, could increase long-term pension liabilities and add pressure to the pension system, particularly as life expectancy rises and demographic pressures mount. Populist measures and social impact. The coalition's focus on affordability in energy, housing, and healthcare is likely to resonate with the electorate. Zero VAT on prescription drugs and support for energy cost reductions aim to alleviate immediate financial burdens. These measures, while popular, will require careful budget management to ensure they do not undermine fiscal targets. Opposition to certain EU policies, particularly environmental schemes, reflects a selective engagement with supranational regulations to prioritize domestic welfare. Foreign policy shifts. While remaining in the EU and NATO, the coalition has indicated a more cautious approach to foreign commitments. Notably, budgetary support to Ukraine is expected to be reduced or eliminated, signaling a shift from the previous government's proactive international stance. This move may have diplomatic consequences, particularly within the EU and with neighboring countries, as the Czech Republic recalibrates its foreign policy priorities. Challenges ahead. The new government faces multiple challenges in balancing populist domestic promises with fiscal discipline. Ensuring coalition cohesion among ideologically diverse partners will be critical, especially when tough policy trade-offs arise. The demographic challenge posed by an aging population and long-term pension sustainability adds further complexity. Additionally, external economic pressures, including global energy prices and inflation, could impact the feasibility of proposed measures. Outlook. The coalition's agenda represents a blend of populist appeal and fiscal caution. Its success will depend on the government's ability to implement ambitious social policies without exceeding deficit targets. Reversal of the retirement age reform stands out as both a politically advantageous move and a potential long-term financial risk. Observers will closely monitor budgetary developments, pension policy, energy measures, and relations with the EU to assess the stability and effectiveness of the incoming government. In conclusion, the Czech Republic enters a new phase with a government seeking to deliver immediate social relief while projecting fiscal responsibility. The next year will test whether the coalition can reconcile voter expectations with economic realities, and whether its policies can sustain both popularity and financial stability in the medium term.